Hello everyone, this is Nocturne, and welcome back to some more Minecraft. You might be wondering why I'm kind of huddled in the corner of our Thaumcraft house, and, well, when I got home from work today, Ninja told me apparently there was something I needed to see back at the house, so fortunately I logged out here last time I was on, because I've been, again, hard at work, learning everything just about there is to be researched. Those of you guys who know Thaumcraft will notice that I've nearly got everything. There's only a couple things missing. Namely, I think this guy. But, yeah, been doing some good stuff, so I am rather curious as to what the heck Ninja has done, or what it is I need to see. Sure. So he says. My first thought was maybe he got close to the house at night and there was a creeper, and maybe a little bit of an accident, but then I started thinking, I wonder what that would look like. Wonder if maybe all the chests got messed up or what, and then it struck me. Perhaps begun the prank wars have. So, I have not been anywhere near the house, so you guys are going to see this the same time I do. So, yeah. Oh, look at the beautiful nether wart. Let's stop and smell the wart. Ah, smells like death. That's a fine-looking rubber tree farm. And, oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Abby. He's not here right now, so just pretend he's not there. Oh jeez.
Aw.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Sound engine lag.
Do you like it?
Oh my god. Well,
Any idea how long that took?
you are lucky I am in need of lots of feathers. And especially eggs, especially because of the whole permutatio aspect on there. That would have been useful instead of burning thousands of seeds. Oh my god. Alright, this will have to be taken care of at some point. Oh my goodness.
My God. What kind of coward would do something so low? Or dare I say, what kind of chicken would do this?
Ooh. You and your puns. Oh man. Okay. Well, this is...
We're gonna blow up my imaginary plot of non-existing. Go right ahead.
Oh wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna walk away for now, because, that's a little too much noise. Not exactly how I imagined starting today's episode, but that was good. That was good, Ninja. Oh, wow. I will probably be cleaning that up a little bit off camera. It's mostly just a bunch of chicken slaying, so you're not going to miss a whole lot. Whew. Okay, well. Now we're back with the episode. Welcome back again, everyone. Like I said, tons of Thaumcraft research, and you might notice I finally moved my chest inside. And I really wanted to kind of do this on screen with you guys, because it's kind of cool the way I did it. But it was getting to the point where I was doing enough prep work off camera for our Nexus work, which we are getting into this episode. Don't worry, I have not forgotten, and we're not going to go into this half-hour crafting spree like last episode. That was totally unintentional. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. There was a lot of cool stuff we covered. But anyway, yeah, moved the chest, and I did not make one chest and then another and then move things. I didn't even break this chest from out there and move it in here and slowly cart things in. No, 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 no. As we well know, this is modded Minecraft, and there's a tool for that. If any of you have played Half-Life, you already are very familiar with this one. But it is the gravity gun. Oh yeah. Just a quick check of the recipe. Some ender pearls, obsidian, diamond, iron, and a glowstone block. This is, of course, the cheap recipe. If you want to look at the expensive one, which is the supercharged gravity gun. Yeah, it's awesome. But it requires a friggin' nether star. That's a tad pricey. And I have exactly one wither skull. So, I am very happy with this one. And something that's awesome in one of the recent updates that iTunes did for the portal gun and gravity gun. Da-da-da! I can pick up and move chests. And the inventory stays nice and safe. And this is probably about the last time you guys might see the inside of that chest, because that's going to be your only hint to what is good for doing Thaumcraft research. Now that we covered the gravity gun, like I said, I really did want to craft this on screen and kind of go into other things, but I figure this is pretty good. The only other real thing that I can show off with it that's a lot of fun, like the real gravity gun. Get out of here, log. Whee! And if there were any mobs around here, or perhaps some sneaky players, I could demonstrate a little more interesting things. I think this zombie might do good, though. Come here, Mr. Angry Zombie. Aw, what's the matter? Oh, wow. Your reach is way too long. That's all I have to say. Zero fear. Ha ha ha. Oh no, I let him go. Aha, just kidding. Now get out of here. So much fun can be had with the gravity gun. Oh look! Another zombie. Come here. Should I shoot him straight up? Whee! Don't be trampling my wheat. Alright, that's enough silliness. No, that is not all I have, but I need to get on with today's episode. Don't want to keep people too bored. Although I guess technically running around shooting you with a gravity gun for 30 minutes could be fun. Especially with some sort of crazy music montage. Ideas for later, indeed. It would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it kind of would be.
Alright, well, like I said, there are some things to be done with the Nexus today, and there are a couple items I'm going to need to craft, but I'm not going to do that right away. I might actually do some of it off screen or record it and then kind of chop up the episode and put that stuff at the end so we can kind of get started. But I wanted to tell you guys that from that little room I showed you a few episodes back, that little square box of a room in the Nether, there have been quite a few changes, and there has been quite a bit of... Alright, chickens. Quite a bit of resource gathering, and, well, let me go ahead and show you just how far we've come. I wanted to thank Avi for all the help with, and actually Ninja too, for helping us gather up everything you see here. To give you guys an idea of just how much space I cleared out of the Nether Nexus, Avi helped me with the volcano over there, and Ninja helped me with the marble, and this down here came from a fun machine you guys may have seen when we were looking at the makeshift chicken farm, but that's something I'll save for the end of the episode. So I guess let's go ahead and jump in, and you guys can see just what I have been working on these past few days off camera. The room's grown quite a bit larger, wouldn't you say? Yes, indeed. What you guys see in front of you right now is a bit of a mock-up of my idea for the design of the Nexus. We are going to have this cool little inner ring with some lighting. We're going to have these cool arches. Now, I'm not sure what the arch is, which looks better to have it at this level or to have it up here at the same level. And there was also the idea of whether we had a cobblestone block here and here or not, but for now I feel like I should just go ahead with something and get you guys feedback and maybe come back in a future episode and we can tweak things as we need to. So, this took a lot of time. Again, wanted to thank Abby for some help with this. Turns out, starting at about, I think, this level with the torch, there were lava lakes underneath the old hole we dug out. So there was a lot of gravel and sand placing going on. And I think might be able to show you guys... Yeah. Bad lava. Bad lava. No. No.
Fond memories there. Fond memories there.
Oh, no kidding. How much do you think we cleared out?
I don't know, but I do know for a fact that I probably went through what was it? 16 stacks of sand?
Jeez. Yeah, I ended up having to go to the desert and collect up, like, this entire backpack was filled with sand, and I came back and I filled in some of the extra stuff that was under the floor. Because I'm pretty sure if we did this... Okay, good. That's actually safe. That's good to know. I believe... Originally, like I said, when we were digging down, there was a whole bunch of lava here, so I guess I got it all. This is good to know. And ignore the sign, that's not for us. This is for people on the server who have prying eyes.
It's also for illiterate pigmen who like to go upstairs.
Uh-huh.
You stupid pigmen. You stay out. Shoot.
And in case you guys were wondering, this staircase actually leads straight up to the Blaze Farm. However, again, to prevent some prying eyes, and you can see Ninja's nameplate through the through the wall. To prevent prying eyes, I ended up having to go admin mode and try and keep our secret project actually secret this time. So hopefully we haven't had our super secret surprise ruined. And so I guess to kind of go through my basic plan, what I'm thinking is this inner ring, I wanted to do grass originally, but seeing as this is the Nether and this room is very large, we're in danger of both getting more annoying pigmen and ghasts spawning in here, which has actually happened a few times. Yeah, I've had to clean up the room 2 or 3 times over the weekend. So the idea has changed to maybe you going half slabs everywhere to keep all spawning gone. Now, the only problem is there is no way to do grass half slabs. Even with the Red Power 2 microblocks, there is no such means of cutting grass with the hand saws.
Is it possible to put a glass block over a grass block and have it stay a grass block under the glass block?
I believe so, considering it's considered transparent, but my thought was actually to go and make up a bunch of dark green wool and then use the microblocks to cut them in half into wool slabs and fill in the floor here.
I don't know, I just kind of had this weird vision of finally having an excuse to use some glass half slabs.
Hmm.
That's just me. That's just me.
They actually don't look as good as you think. Depending on how you place them. Depending on how you place them, because it literally cuts the line in half. It doesn't actually reform a nice box shape around it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Zirconium would be nice, but I'm not really going for a weird glow. My original idea with the Nexus was kind of to bring the overworld into the Nexus and turn it into this nice kind of serene place where we wouldn't have to have the threat of the Nether, so I wanted to take as much red out as possible.
Yeah, I can see that. Essentially, tranquility surrounded by chaos.
Indeed.
But
Yes, it gets the red out.
Took me a second.
Alright. And then, like you guys saw, there's a whole bunch of stone brick, marble brick, and basalt brick, and we're going to be using that for accents. I'm thinking, like, we will have either marble or basalt brick lining the roads, and then we'll have the other one for the road. And then we'll kind of switch it up back and forth as we go from one of these 4 little cardinal direction slots. And depending on how much expansion we need, considering this is technically the temporary Nether Nexus until we can get far enough in Mistcraft to do a Void Age, which, if you guys don't have no idea what I'm talking about, it's okay. We will be getting into Mistcraft, I want to say soon enough, but probably more like eventually, because there's still definitely a lot of... Go away. Go away. A lot of infrastructure stuff still to build, because we're still only on Tier 1, and I'd like to be a little further along when we get to Mistcraft. And it may not take too much longer, because I think the rest of the guys on the server are getting impatient waiting for me, but that's okay. We will all get there in due time. But yes, future expansion would probably have some diagonal roads coming out this way as well. And now that you guys have seen the place, I think Abby and I are going to get to work on laying some stuff out, and I'll bring you guys back in a little bit and show you some updates. And I think in the interim, I might go ahead and record some of that crafting stuff I talked about for the end of the episode. And depending on how I edit things, you guys might see it next, or you might see it at the end of the episode. So, however it goes, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Oh yeah, and those chickens. Alright guys, see you in a few. Okay everybody, wanted to bring you guys back for another quick little update of some of the progress Evie and I have gotten so far here in the Nether. We have done a little bit of block swapping. Like I said, what was here was a bit of a sketch, and so we are starting to put all the little blocks in that we're going to need. You guys can start to see some of my idea for all the various bricks. You can see I decided to go with a little more nitor for lighting. It always adds a nice accent. We're still not entirely sure what to do about the ceiling. I was thinking maybe something with leaf blocks. Not really sure what you were thinking, Abby.
Yeah, I was kind of half thinking, since we have these paths that are established linear paths, that what we could do is we could actually plant some kind of a 4x4 looking tree here, and turning the entire ceiling essentially into a living forest. Thus, we actually bring our life to the nether world life.
Perhaps. It would have to be one of the forestry trees, because all the vanilla trees would go and suffer from the biome colorization, and we'd get that sickly yellow, because this is like a desert for biome colors.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's the only unfortunate part.
Damn it, Nether, I could punch you.
Which I guess is one good thing why we weren't able to actually do grass here. But as you guys can see, we definitely were able to come up with wool half slabs.
Best part is, you can play, actually, wait, what game could you really play? I guess you could play Tackle Hot Potato on this little ring, and you would be safe on the AstroTurf.
Indeed.
It's fluffy wool, too, so you really could.
Some other ideas that I've got are going to be adding some little interesting decorations here in the wall, but there's still going to be a lot of netherrack, a lot of border around it. There's going to be these corner walls, which, like I said, eventually we might have tunnels going out this way, so we might not have the whole thing to worry about, but in the meantime, what do we do with this? What do we do with the ceiling? My original thought was just make it all stone brick, but I don't know if that would end up being too much stone brick. You know, just turn the walls into stone brick, and then we have the marble and basalt bricks as the floor.
Right.
Not really sure what to do with that.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it is possible to go too extreme in one end.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, because we already got a two-tone design more or less planned with the basalt and the marble. Then to combine that with all the other stuff, yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to go ahead and give it some more thought, and I'm pretty sure this is turning into a very long episode already, because I did actually end up going and recording some of the crafting, Thaumcrafty cool stuff afterwards, beforehand, actually. So, there is actually one last thing I wanted to talk about in this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and jump to that now. And then when I get back, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end this episode, because I'm pretty sure we're talking about 45 minutes at this point. So when we come back next episode, episode 13, I believe, we'll try and see if we can get a little more done in the Nexus. You can see this is already starting to take shape. I think it's a really nice contrast to colors, and will work pretty nicely. Making up words. No, hey, Kesh. What do you think so far?
So, looks good.
Yeah, this is where we're going with it.
Awesome. Oh, you got the half slabs in. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
What are you gonna half slab in with the rest of the material? Stone.
If we come over here, we got marble and basalt.
Nice. Basalt, huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look over here, it then goes to basalt and marble as a contrast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them kind of alternate.
Very cool.
And then this one over here is also going to go ahead and if I could actually place these correctly, sometimes micro blocks are fidgety. Yeah.
The first time Minecraft actually requires first-person shooter accuracy.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of do this. And I'm thinking over here, since this wall is like the only one that leads out to the Nether, we might put in some interesting glass viewers, which is an awesome new kind of glass from Noc'Craft, but we'll have to say that for the next episode, because there's all this really cool Thaumcraft stuff that we just made up that, well, you guys are going to love. And, bit of a spoiler, but oh yeah. I wanted to thank you in advance for all the luck you wished me. Anyway, see you guys after all the explanations. I hope you stick around for all of them. There's some really cool stuff going on. So I'll see you after that. Okay guys, time for that fun end of the episode explanation. But before we jump into that, I did kind of want to see if you guys noticed my little note earlier on about the fact that all the Thaumcraft stuff is what I was planning on doing next here. But as it turns out, I ended up recording that, like I said, before the clip of video you just saw. And there ended up being so much of it that I'm actually going to move that all off into episode 13. So for today's episode, for episode 12, we're just going to go ahead and finish off, and I'm going to go into a little more detail about the machines in the basement, and kind of let you know about how I did the fun microblock stuff, and how you can color wool without dye. And for the fun Thaumcraft stuff, like I said, that'll be next episode, so definitely stick around for that. So let's go ahead and jump down here, and I can start talking to you guys about the igneous extruder. This comes from thermal expansion and is basically a cobblestone generator in one block. And it's really an amazing device. You simply need to fill it with lava and water. It has its own little internal tanks. You notice it stores, it says 4,000, that's millibuckets, the unit of measure in this game. So same like with a milliliter, there's 1,000 in 1 liter, so there's 1,000 millibuckets in 1 bucket, so 4 buckets of lava and 4 buckets of water. And it's really quite simple to fill these. If I had any lava on me, actually I think I've got something up here we can grab real quick. Originally the way you filled them up was you could only use buckets, and you would have to put the bucket of water or the bucket of lava in that little orange box you just saw, and it would suck it out and put it into the tank for you. But now they've upgraded. All you need to do is hold any container of fluid in your hand, water or lava in this case because it's the igneous extruder, and right click. And there you go. We just filled up the lava tank. Same way with the water, although this one is being automatically filled thanks to this really cool little device down here. This one is also from thermal expansion. It is called the Aqueous Accumulator. Very, very awesome, and does almost exactly like its name says. It accumulates aqueous. Well, okay, it accumulates water. Going with a little Latin derivation there or something. And if you guys were to build this and just sit it down anywhere in the world, it would just slowly, very slowly start pulling, I guess, some of the humidity and moisture out of the air and collecting it into its own little internal tank of 4 buckets. But, as we all know, with infinite water springs, if you have a piece of water on the left and a piece of water on the right, the spot in the middle will always infinitely restore itself with a new source block of water. But if you go ahead and stick the aqueous accumulator in the middle, it actually ends up taking that water and treating itself like it's the infinite spot of water. So you'll always infinitely have water in your accumulator to feed into any machine that you've got it sitting next to. Or even far away if you've got some other fun technology that we'll be getting into in future episodes. Now, there's a little more I wanted to go into with these two machines. I guess first, to start off, let's go ahead and show you the recipes. So, igneous, extruder, has these cool little new items that it adds to the game called the pneumatic servo and the machine frame. You can think of the machine frame very much like the machine block from Industrial Craft. It's kind of the universal central block in all their machines. And then you just need a piston and some tin. And if we take a look at the machine block, just some iron, glass, and gold. And the pneumatic servo, a little iron, piece of redstone, and some glass. And you'll pretty much always end up needing the pneumatic servo and anything that's going to be handling fluids from this mod. And of course the aqueous accumulator. Very similar, except you need a bucket on top instead of a piston. And both of them do respond to redstone, so I've actually got this guy turned off at the moment because I wanted to take a chance to explain it to you. And the next little thing to explain is this little configuration gear here. You see, you actually get a little picture of the machine right here on the right side. And if you can go ahead and click these, you'll notice that you start getting it to change colors. Now, for the aqueous accumulator, there is no real input. There's only output, and so that's why we're only getting one color. In thermal expansion, in simple machines like this, orange is output and blue is input, but we're outputting only. And as far as what each of these mean, top, bottom, back, left, right, and of course front, but there is no configuration option on the front. Apparently they figured if they're doing all this for you already, you can go ahead and live with the fact that you only get 5 of the sides instead of 6, so I can live with that. It's a good trade-off. And okay, so you'll notice we've got orange outputting to the top, so all the water will be sent to the top. Another cool thing about thermal expansion machines is that they auto-eject their inventories, in this case fluids, water. Other machines, like the igneous extruder, can auto-eject items, cobblestone, obsidian, and so we've got our own little configuration here. So you'll see the bottom is now configured as input for the water, and orange is actually being configured as output for auto-ejection of the various hard materials we've decided to go with. And I've got a nice little chest sitting here that's been slowly collecting stuff as I work around the house. So let me go ahead and turn it on and give you guys a bit of an example. One thing to note about cobblestone, stone, and obsidian is cobblestone generator version of this machine is 100% infinite, uses no lava and no water, just like you would expect from a plain old in-the-world vanilla cobblestone generator. But if we turn this guy off, switch him over to stone, he's actually going to start using a little bit of lava each time. In this case, he uses exactly 5 millibuckets, which is not too bad, but he ends up using a full half bucket, 500 millibuckets of water each time to make a piece of stone. But considering we've got the aqueous accumulator taking care of the water, coming up with lava is not too terrible. And for, let's see, 1 bucket of lava is 1,000, divided by the 5 millibuckets per stone, you're talking, what's that, 500 blocks of stone? That's pretty darn good. I think that's a wonderful trade. And if we go ahead and look at the auto-ejection, you'll note that as I've been talking to you guys, it's actually been accumulating all these cool things in the chest for me. And that is pretty much how I ended up getting all the stone I needed to make all the cool stone bricks that I've been using in the Nexus build. There is one other machine I ended up using, which I don't know if I'm going to go into just yet, as 1, I forgot where I put it, and 2, it's really a simple machine, but don't want to let this episode run too terribly long, as we've got a whole bunch of cool things to get to also tonight. Not in this episode, unfortunately for you, but for me, I definitely want to get some other things. So moving right along to wool. How do you color wool if you don't have the dye? It's actually quite awesome and amazing, and well, first off, let me go ahead and show you. I don't really have a whole lot of dyes, I mean, I do have some flowers, and I've got some cactus, and the extra biomes mod actually adds in a whole bunch of extra cool flowers where you can get colors without having to actually do the old vanilla recipes to get to them. But you'll note that there's no green dye here, and that there are all my cactus still sitting here. Well, I decided that rather than smelting up my cactus and wasting the dye, I've actually got future plans for that. I would go ahead and use equivalent exchange to do this for us, and have a little fun with some transmutations. So, take any colored wool, and put it in any crafting screen, crafting table, minium stone crafting table, or even your inventory. And this is actually a little bit of a visual bug in my texture pack, I believe, or even possibly just in EE3 right now. I'm not entirely certain which it is. But it is actually crafting us something. And let me go and show you real quick. Item ID of wool is 35. And you know it has no damage value because there is no colon after it. But if we go ahead and click here, hey, we can have orange wool, and you note the damage value is 1. Well, if we go ahead and keep doing that, you'll note the damage value is actually going up by 1 each time. And that, my friends, is exactly how I got all the way up to green wool. It'll actually transmute it in order. So if you happen to notice the color before this, or even any particular color that you're looking for, a good easy way to do this is to just go ahead and look up wool in NEI, and you can actually look them up right here, and you'll note that if we wanted green, we could have made some brown wool and then transmuted it in only one step. And that's actually kind of a useful thing to do because you'll note the minium stone has actually been taking a bunch of damage. You'll see its damage value is up all the way up to 828. Well, that's because all the awesome green wool half slabs that we used in the Nexus, I actually ended up transmuting them a stack at a time. So used up a bunch of minium stone usage there. Really cool, handy way to do things. There's a whole bunch of other cool transmutations too with the minium stone, but I'll be explaining those as we come to them. And the last little piece I wanted to explain was microblocks. So to do that, I has diamond. Thank you. Thank you, random stranger. Microblocks, yes. Microblocks are an amazing thing added by Red Power 2. And to get these all some cool little shapes, all you need to do is take out a handsaw. In this case, diamond handsaw will cut everything, so I always like to go with that one. There are, of course, like I explained, other versions that will only cut certain blocks, but if you want to cut everything, you might as well go all the way to the top. And to go ahead and start working with microblocks, especially to get, say, like half slabs or stairs, things that you can't normally get with, let's say oak logs. You can actually go and get half slabs directly thanks to Red Power 2, and if we go ahead and take a look, well, isn't that awesome? We have exactly half a log. And we can even do things like this and make fancy looking stairs that are of the exact shape and size of what we want. And continuing further with this, we can go and do like I did, cut up some wool. You put the wool down below if you want to cut it in half, kind of down the middle, and you get your slabs. But if you wanted to go and get these strips like you see here, you put them next to the saw and you get strips. And what's also cool too is if we wanted to go thinner, we of course can, and now we can go into panels, or we can even go into covers, which are even thinner than all that. And just like with the slab strips, we could do cover strips. Or, if we go ahead and move that guy out, we can actually go back up to a panel and cut him into a panel strip. And you can do all sorts of really awesome things just like this with Red Power. And in case you didn't like what you cut up, you want to get back to what you had before, you can always uncraft them and return right back to the wool block you started with, or whatever it is you were cutting up. And something that's kind of fun too is, even though this is wood, oh wow, she fixed that. Okay, used to be any microblocks you made were always treated like stone, so even though this one was a log, you could still end up using a pick to mine it up instantly. But that's pretty cool. And that's really just our quick little crash course in microblocks. That's pretty much exactly how I ended up cutting up the pieces for our Thaumcraft house, how I got the wool slabs for the Nexus, how I got the basalt slabs and the marble slabs, and how we will be doing all sorts of all other cool little designs with these blocks in the future. And I think that's just about everything I wanted to cover at this end of the episode explanation stuff. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the Nexus build so far. Because we have all that extra Thaumcraft stuff that I recorded beforehand coming up next episode, we'll actually be rejoining the Nexus build in episode 14, and do ignore the fact that I say we'll do stuff in episode 13 next episode, because, well, I didn't know at the time how I was going to be editing things up, and, well, that's just how it ended up. So once again, thank you for watching. This has been Nocturne, and I will see you guys again with the cool Thaumcraft stuff next episode.